Hi everyone, so my name is Kelly Monroe and I'm a regional advisor for Texas BPA Area 1 Region 3. I create these videos to help my students in my region, but some other regions run very similar to us, and so that could be that even though you're not in my region, you're seeing this video, the steps and everything are still the same. We run a hybrid type regional leadership conference. Your region might be the same or they could be all online, and I like to walk things through so that you know what's going to happen when you are ready to go through and do the steps for your competition. So today this video is on what I call topicked judged events. So these are events that have a prep room or something like that kind of scenario. So you're thinking interview skills, advanced interview skills, ethics and professionalism, extemporaneous speech, human resource management, parliamentary procedures. All of these rooms are rooms where, except for interview skills, where you walk in and you kind of have a topic or something you have to put together, and then you walk right next door and you have to present to the judges. Interview skills, you're given questions and you have to answer right then and there. So those kind of events we have a separate video for, just to help kind of walk through how things are going to work, okay? So here I've logged into my stuff from last year actually as a student. So there's going to be two buttons that are a little different for me, but I'll explain what those look like so that we can kind of see what this is going to be. Now I'm picking on Parli because in my head, parliamentary procedure team is the hardest one to do because you have to get 8 people ready to record at the same time. I also share out these documents as well with my region. Hopefully you've got them as well. If not, these are the same directions that are going to be located right here. Okay, so it can kind of walk you through how things are working, so that way you know exactly how long you have for different parts, and also a few kind of tips and tricks to help you when you go through to do your contest, okay? It is very important you know in your WASP exactly how long you have that for your prep room to how long you have to do your entire event. So with this scenario, you have 17 minutes for your prep time and then 40 minutes to submit the files. So there's going to be a clock on here that'll have 40 minutes, and that's it. That's not saying I get 17 and then 40. 40 is total. So it's going to be very important that you or your group is making sure that you're watching your clock so that you know exactly, okay, I'm done prepping, I need to switch over to getting ready to record. I would also recommend when you come to sit down to do this, that if you're at home or school or whatnot, that you're in a place that's quiet, you don't have tons of stuff going on behind you, you've made sure people around know that you're recording, because you get one chance to turn this in. There's not like a, uh-oh, I need to start over kind of situation. I would also make sure that I've already got like things already set up. So I recommend that students already have a Word or Google Doc with this information listed. So it's got the link to the folder that I'm going to put my video in for the judges. I've got all of this information on a Google Doc, so that if something happens, we can find this information easy. My region is pretty big, and if the judge says, hey, the password didn't work on this website, we need to get it fixed, having this up will make life a lot easier for me to go find out how to get that information. Sometimes the judges will tell me, sometimes they won't. It is 100% their call. But if you've got this filled out, a lot of times they will be nice, especially at the first level, to try to help you. Please also know if you're on a team, so parliamentary procedure team, only your team captain is going to be able to get to this website. Now this is for my particular region, okay, but if you're doing state or if you are doing a different region, your advisor should have the link for where you're supposed to submit your files, okay? So you're going to want to make sure you have this, and then Parli you're also a little bit different because you will have to take a photo to put your meeting minutes written on there, but I would already have this up. I would also already have whatever video recording software you're going to use ready, turned on, ready to go before you hit buttons. That way you are ready. So Parli team, a lot of times they'll use Zoom because, you know, it's free for 40 minutes. You can still record, so you can have everyone in on a Zoom to go ahead and hit it. That works great. Some students will use their phone and then they just load it to their Google Drive. If you're going to put your stuff in a Google Drive or OneDrive, you've already got the folder made, you've already changed your share settings, like all the things that take time. Because there's nothing scarier than watching that clock tick down and you're like sitting there trying to make sure that everything is happening, okay? If your event says that you can use a piece of paper or a note card, please make sure you already have that. Obviously, if you're competing at home, I can't hand you a note card because you need it for your event. So make sure you know everything you're supposed to have for your event. You know all this different pieces you're supposed to do. If you're doing human resource management, you've got your HR manual, like you have everything you need to do your competition, okay? So on here we can see that according to the according to the WASP, you get 15 minutes to do your prep time and then 15 minutes to do your demonstration. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm giving you 40 minutes for this event because we can see that right here, and that's because I'm adding in that extra time. So you'll see that you've got an extra 10 minutes basically to be able to download my topic, that I'm having to upload my video because videos do take time, okay, and be able to submit. So that's why this is a little bit longer than what it says in the WASP, but you want to make sure you're kind of watching your time. All right, I'll make sure that I've got somehow for Parli, I've got the picture like device ready so I can go through and take my photo and get everything ready. But by getting all the stuff the way you need to ahead of time, it's going to make life a lot easier. So when your team captain for Parli logs in, or anybody else, if you're doing your individual logs in, this instructions button, you can still click and open. So we can see here, this is pretty much the exact same directions that was in that Google Doc, okay? But it's walking you through how this event is going to work. These next buttons you're not going to touch until you are ready to do your event, okay? Because you get to touch them once and only once. So I'm going to hit where it says Parli topic download. So this is the clock that I'm going to be very, very conscientious of. Anytime I'm working, I'm going to make sure I can see that clock, all right? I'm going to go ahead and start my clock by hitting my timed Parli download. So we can see here, I've got my 40 minutes because that's how long I have. I have some kind of clock going on where I can know exactly how long. So I've got 15 minutes to do my prep with my team. You'll have a button. So here it says download the Parli topic. So when I go through to open it up, I can see here's the topic from last year. So I can make sure that I know exactly what we're supposed to do. Okay, we're going to prep. I'm going to say that I'm going to deny the motion. I'm going to second the motion. I'm going to do that. Hey, we need to make sure that we add this to our meeting minutes. We're going to amend this, do that, do all the different parts. Okay, now I'm going to open up WeVideo because we're going to use that to record, or Zoom, and now we're going to do it. We're going to act it all out. Okay, I've put my stuff in my Google Drive folder. I am now ready to submit. So you have options depending on what your regional advisor has turned on. I usually turn both of these on, okay? So if I have a PDF, so like that Google Doc that we had, I need to make sure I do save that as a PDF. So, you know, I need to go make sure I do the file download it as a PDF when I'm ready. So I've got my picture of my meeting minutes, and I've got all that information that was asked for. So remember, we had the information up here at the front that we asked for. So I'm just going to pick some random, here we go. Ooh. We're just going to pick some random PDF that we want to upload. I'm going to hit submit to go through and add it so I can see here what I have submitted. And then I need to add a website just because. We'll hit add. Okay. Oh no, that was not the website I meant to do. Let's confirm the deletion of that. I meant to put this one up here and hit add. Now you guys should have a submit button. If you don't, if you go back to your login screen, and I'm super sorry, mine, because I'm an administrator, looks a little different. When I go back, we can see here my files are right here, and yours will have that submit at the bottom. But otherwise, if I click upload files, you'll see that finished button right there. Okay, so when I hit finished, I'm done, I'm sure. You'll notice my button is grayed out. I cannot see it anymore. After the 40 minutes is up, this button will also be grayed out. I cannot see it anymore either. It is also important that you destroy any copies that you have downloaded of topics. You don't want to give somebody else an unfair advantage because maybe they use your Chromebook and can see the topic. Now, it's all happened in the past. Oh my gosh, yesterday, did I really record my video? Did I not record my video? Did I make sure I put everything the exact way it should be? So here I can see exactly what I've turned in. So your team captain can go through and click and go, oh yeah, that was what I meant to turn in. And that was what I meant to turn in. And you also have this button right here where if I pull this up, this is going to go back and tell me, okay, yes. Sorry, I should have had PDF open. Yes, I really did turn in these two files. So here we can see I turned in these two files. I turned in a file and a link. Here's the day I turned it in. Here is the school and information on here as well. And that way you know for sure that it went where it was supposed to go. So I do hope this kind of helps and it's a little less scary with how it's going to run. And it does kind of help make it a little bit easier so that when you sit down to do your event, you kind of already know what's going to happen.